concept of previous derivation. Now, what exactly happens in previous derivation? It is in the nature of recall. When I say revision, when you recall, automatically things will be revised. So when you study for 10 to 12 hours in a particular day, and then you sleep, next day you wake up, there has to be a logical connection and correlation. And when we work on this, if you can open the tracker, are you able to click the link? Are you able to see the tracker? Perfect. Now I'm showing you. Hmm. So this is what you will be using. So your basic details followed by number of hours studied during the previous day. Now this is the first question. So you constantly have to understand how your day is going. You need to know the run rate. You need to know the number of marks per day. Now, for you to know the marks per day, you need to know the number of hours invested into your preparation. So every single day, when you look back and mark the number of hours, it could be anything. It could be 5, 4, 10, anything based on your actual number of hours studied during the previous day. So 10 is the maximum because even if you sit for 12 hours, I would say effective hours, mentioning effective hours would make more sense. So this are the total number of hours and total number of marks covered during a day. Even if it's more than 10 and if it's more than 10 marks covered, still mark it as 10. Okay. And topics. So you mentioned all the topics which you have covered in the previous day in a reasonable detail. Then you start jotting down all the important points. Instead of writing, you're typing. So the best way to do this is recollect it in the study session format. What is the first thing you have studied? Next, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., 10 to 1 p.m., 2 to 5 p.m., 6 to 9 p.m. So if you recollect in the same format, your mind will get used to pick up things in blocks. This is a very important function. You can be very precise and you can correlate everything in a step-by-step manner. Okay, today we are trying this out. So I want all of you to follow my instructions now. So you can sit and probably you can if you're having only one device for now you can use your notebooks. I'll tell you what to do or how to recall. Just get your notebooks, get your previous day recall notebooks, pdr notebooks. All of you ready? Okay, perfect. So I'm showing you some statistics. So we have been compiling these responses for more than a year, as you can see. And when people start initially, this is where they start generally, and day one, day two, day three, this is where they start. Or some of the working professionals, this is where they start. Eventually, most of them reach, like more than 60% of them reach for more than 7 hours. So eventually getting there, this includes working at that point of time we had online. And most of the time, majority of the time, I would say 30 plus 45, almost 50% of the time, they complete more than 8 marks. So these are benchmarks. It's important for you to understand the benchmarks. So more than 50% of students complete 8 plus marks in a single day. So when you're looking into your preparation, when you're altering your speed, so always look at completing at least 10 marks per day. Even more is better, but 10 marks per day. So this is how you mention the topics. And this is exactly how you actually write the points. So very simple and straightforward. You actually write the points. Currently, you don't have to mention about the quantity or quality. Neither quantity or quality is something which you have to worry about right now. You just understand this is how it can be done. So at some point of time, we'll get there. So this works like a short notes also. So this is like a 10-minute exam every single day without a question. It's like a question paper without a question. So that is the nature of this particular previous day recall. Okay. Now what we'll do is I'll ask you to start recollecting what you studied yesterday. It will be easy for you. Okay, let's get started. Recall everything you studied from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. yesterday. Start jotting down the points 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. yesterday. I'm giving you 3 minutes for this. Only during 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Get to the point where you studied from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and write out all the points. Everything you can recollect. Start jotting down, start writing down the points. Six to nine, specifically think about those 3 hours, 6 to 9, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. yesterday. Okay, let's move to the second slot. Recall and write everything discussed from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Last 90 seconds. Keep writing all the points. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Let us move on to the last study session. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Everything you have studied from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Even if you have written an exam, write the points which you can recall. Anything you do, whether it's learning, writing an exam, practicing questions, write the important points. Even if you can recollect formula, mention them. Everything you have studied, everything you could recollect. Last 1 minute. Okay, you can stop writing. Quickly have a look at what you've written. Quickly have a look. Spend a minute to look what you written. So how you can improve is one is the quantitative improvement. Probably if you're not able to recollect majority of the points, this is like the 1% summary. Like you cannot practically write everything you studied in 10 hours in just 10 minutes, right? But this is exactly what is useful and meaningful for the exam. Not everything you read is useful. So this is the core. This is the cream and crux of what you study in a given day. This is one. The quality, the depth of recall, including the kind of formula you use, including the keywords, key terminologies, and all of that, has to improve. So for you to think of improvement, you have to do it continuously for at least a couple of weeks. It's a, if you want to improve, August 31st is a good day for you to reflect upon what you're doing. Until then, it's continuity. Keep writing this every single day. Follow the structure, follow this format. 6 to 9, 10 to 1, 2 to 5, 6 to 9. Both for day and recall and previous recall. So use the same thing for both the times so that things will be clear. Understood? Okay, so we have covered previous revision. Yesterday I taught you box breathing technique and we also done visualization. So in this course of the week, by this weekend, tomorrow, I'll teach you all the elements which are given. Then we'll combine these techniques based on the time and the availability and the targets of the day. So this is clear. Okay. So now both Ariba and Pranti, you can get going with your studies. Now I have a few things to discuss with the final students regarding today's target. You guys can get going with your targets. Can I get some quick insights on this? How did yesterday go? How many of you were able to complete the targets? Need to get understand. Need to get quick insights on this.
So I was able to complete the entire target of the day, but
Hmm.
quality may be
Hmm.
compromised.
Hmm. Hmm. See, number one, in terms of quality, what we have noticed is like normally people are taking 3 to 4 attempts, and like the fourth or fifth attempt they're scoring 40, 45 FR. So the whole idea is when you're putting in almost 800, 900 hours for a single subject, every attempt you prepare for 200 hours. So when someone is investing 1,000 hours and still getting 40, 50, now there is no direct correlation. I understand what you're saying. There is no direct correlation. Now this boot camp is more about awareness. That's the reason why we're calling it a boot camp. The boot camp is to help you understand. So you largely should know what are all the asset-based standards and what is there in what. Probably it will be helping you to answer an MCQ, but again, it won't help you completely. So yes, but in terms of the quantity, see how it works is To improve the quality, it's not more time, it's a better learning mechanism. In your mind, if you're thinking by studying the standard for 10 hours instead of 1 hour will increase the quality, no, that's not the answer. You have to do it in a better way. I'll give you a simple example which you can correlate to. Now, to hit 6 runs, you can hit it in one ball or 15 balls, zero, 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 and probably a couple of singles, right? So this is exactly what we're talking about. But at least one ball is required, or at least reasonable to hit 6 runs. Six balls are so one is an extreme scenario, six is reasonable, 15 is nonsense. So now we are removing the nonsensical scenario and we are facing six balls. Now, are you able to score that 6 runs or not? We'll get to know over the period of time. Right now, as long as you're reasonably able to complete the quantitative targets, do not worry. And for each and every target, uh, or every chapter or every standard, the order which you have worked upon is focus on the learning outcomes, quickly get to the summary, do the Q&A, then come to the chapter. This is the fastest way. Normally, what might take 4 5 hours, you'll be able to achieve in a couple of hours. This is the yesterday. Today, to make it more effective, I just want to teach you a small technique. So, all of you are carrying your books. Like, I want you to carry your FR source from wherever you're learning. Just get your book once, this which has these standards. We'll quickly work on the current day skimming part. Okay, so go to India statistics, go to the standard. Hmm. Now, in 3 minutes, skim through all the pages. When you say, let's say it has got 30 pages, skim through all the pages. Skim. Just one single glance at each and every page. Keep skimming. You'll get hardly 5 10 seconds for each page. Don't flip the pages, skim. Quick glance. When I say skim, understand it properly. I'm not asking you to turn pages just simply. Just have a quick glance. Quick glance. Picking up the top three keywords. Quick glance, move on. Quick glance, move on. Skimming. You should be able to spend 3 minutes onto this. You're doing it wrong if you're finishing in 1 minute. It should take you 3 minutes. Just the right amount of time to know where is what. Make sure to skim all the pages within the next 90 seconds. So that is the scope. Okay, whatever you went through, that is the scope of what is there in 36. India is 36. Now we have to understand that you have to start functioning very differently. Imagine if you work with a big four, the articles that students would spend, hundreds of hours on a particular assignment. Now, when the signing partner, he wouldn't spend the same amount of time. When he's putting in credibility and credibility of the organization he's working on and a listed company balance sheet, it doesn't take so many hours, right? But doing some basic work, no article students has to put next amount of hours. The higher the manager level, the lesser the time spent and the more responsibility they have. So this is exactly what I'm trying to help you achieve from articleship capabilities to partner capabilities. Like spending hours and hours and getting nothing versus spending very, very, very limited time using the information available, picking up quick insights, thinking in a particular way, and then getting the grasp, right? So this is exactly what will happen if you start implementing these techniques. First, be open to the possibility that you can definitely do this. So this is how you can do the skimming part. Now, since you have done it for a smaller topic, let me help you do it for India's 116 also. It's very different. When you have to do it for a smaller standard versus bigger standard. So let's do it in 5 minutes. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Pick up 116 and do the skimming exercise. Again, you should be able to look at least two, three keywords in each page before you flip to the next page. 5 minutes is what you have. India's 116. Put in extra mental effort to grasp more while increasing the speed. Put in that mental thought. Don't do it mechanically. It's a different exercise than what you normally do for studies. Last couple of minutes. All right, guys. So you have done the skimming part. Now, for you to understand the difference between doing skimming and not doing skimming, while you do the 6 p.m. 6 a.m. study hour, just for India's 36, we have done the skimming. For 105, we did not do it. So while you're studying, try to understand the subtle differences. Okay. Now get started with India's 36, and you need not take a bio break until it is required. Don't talk from now onwards. Understand that this is your preparation. This is not a class where we say something and then you leave, and don't operate with that mentality. This is your preparation. We're only supporting you. So hold on to your path very tightly. Don't take unnecessary and useless breaks which will disturb the momentum. Takes a lot of time. When you're building the momentum for 50 minutes, just doing something casually in 3 to 4 minutes, everything will get diluted. Please understand. It's like the milk boiling. It works as long as the stove is heated, as long as the flame is there. The moment you switch off the flame, the whole thing comes up. So keep the flame on. It takes some level of effort. Okay. So finish these two targets before 9 o'clock, and then you have good amount of time for India's 116, then followed by agriculture. Then the last thing which you do is MTP. Try to do everything. So after day three, we'll quickly review your speed and also the quality. First 3 days, just do as things are given, and tonight you can discuss the rest of the things with fast. Okay, are things clear? All right, guys. I hope the targets are there. I've asked you to stick this in your room, which is where it is visible. But in your mind, it's simple: 36 105 116. 36 105 116. Once you're done with this, 41 and MTP 24. 824. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day.